start here. Expect more. This is Texas Today.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. It is August 2nd. Month is flying by already, right?
Oh, yeah.
We'll be talking about August 20th in no time. I'm Kris Radcliffe, everybody.
And I'm Lisa Hudson. Can't believe July went by so fast.
It did.
I feel like the summer is just
Well,
going so fast.
You talk about the dog days of summer. Here's a little trivia fact for you. There's only twice a year we have back-to-back 31-day months. July and August. Okay, so it feels like longer, but it sure went fast, didn't it? The other one's not even on the calendar year. December and January.
Really?
Got to flip into the new year before that happens. It only happens twice a year. So we are in the midst of that now. So it's supposed to feel like a long, hot summer. But the thing is, kids are going to be going back to school in 3 weeks. And smaller schools, Wes was right yesterday, 3A, 2A, 1A schools, they started football yesterday. Wes, these kids are going to be sweating it out again today, huh? It's brutal out
If
there.
I was them, I'd be wanting to play right now only.
Yeah.
Let's get that, everybody's like, oh, I don't want to get up early. Well, I bet those football players are saying, okay, coach, I'll get there at 5 o'clock. Let's get this thing started. It is a warm morning for us. We're into the 70s, but this is as cool as it's going to get today, guys. Temple, it's 72 right now. 93% relative humidity makes it feel, again, like 70s. We're heading into that hot but yet drier pattern for us. We're not quite as humid as we were earlier in the summertime frame. 73 degrees in Hillsboro, 74 in Mejia, and 72 right now again in Temple. Satellite radar is clear here across the central Texas region. Have to get up towards the Mississippi River Valley to see any stronger storm activity. Forecast for this afternoon, 90s by lunchtime, 98 to 102 by this evening.
All right. Well, new cases of the Zika virus have been confirmed in Florida.
Yeah, we were afraid it was going to happen here in the United States. Now it has. The total number of non-travel related cases of Zika, in other words, it wasn't imported, is now up to 14, meaning it's happening here from the mosquitoes. The Department of Health believes the virus is being transmitted in one small area in Miami-Dade County. Now federal officials are telling pregnant women to avoid the area altogether. This is the first time in more than 20 years that the CDC has warned people to avoid an area in America because of an outbreak.
And in the last year, there have been 88 confirmed cases of the Zika in Texas. None were transmitted locally. Waco-McLennan County Public Health District says the threat for the virus to be generated in our area is low, and the bigger threat is West Nile virus, but it's still safe to take precautions since the mosquitoes that breed Zika do live in Texas.
We just don't know. This is brand new, wondering about this new disease, if it will come and establish itself locally.
And there have been 3 confirmed West Nile cases in McLennan County this year, but no Zika cases as of yet. Public Health recommends using mosquito repellent with DEET as a prevention measure, in addition to avoiding travel to those infected areas. National Transportation Safety Board investigators believe a hot air balloon may have been trying to land when it hit power lines, crashing and killing all 16 people in Lockhart, Texas. NTSB officials say evidence shows some part of the balloon made contact with the high-tension lines before crashing. All 16 people on board were killed. The first 911 call came in 1 minute after the power line was tripped. And this morning we have more on the why and the families waiting for answers. Here's Marie Savadera with more.
I don't know that you ever really cope or you ever really get past it.
Josh Rowan never thought the balloon ride his brother Matt and sister-in-law Sunday, scheduled weeks ago, would mark the end of their young lives.
The anger that people feel and the shock that people feel won't bring anybody back.
Rowan lives in Houston, and Matt and Sunday lived in San Antonio. They'd been forced to reschedule their balloon ride a few times before, and Saturday morning, Rowan says his brother wasn't sure they'd get in the air.
Even at the last minute, I don't think they thought the weather maybe was going to hold up. He sent a text almost right before they got on the balloon that, hey, I think this thing's still going to be canceled.
It wasn't, and the Rowans and their balloon captain were 3 of the 16 people who died.
No evidence of pre-existing failures, malfunctions, or problems.
The NTSB is looking at any possible problems created in flight for the Heart of Texas hot air balloon, examining weather conditions and the weight of the basket. But it's very early.
Do we have any indication of what may have caused the balloon to fly into the power lines? And at this point, I'm sorry to say that we do not.
The Rowans aren't obsessing over the why right now. They're still trying to comprehend what they've lost.
We're broken now, and that somehow we'll find some strength in all of it.
growing backlash today for what Donald Trump said about the Muslim parents of a fallen U.S. soldier. Veterans groups blasted the Republican nominee, all responding to Trump's criticism of the parents of Humayun Khan. Now, Khan was killed in action, and his father criticized Trump at the Democratic National Convention last week. The controversy has opened a new front for Hillary Clinton, who was in Omaha yesterday campaigning with Warren Buffett.
Forgetting our troops on the front lines, he's forgetting police officers and firefighters who run toward danger.
Now, the post-convention push has helped Hillary Clinton edge ahead of Donald by about 6%. The new CBS News national poll shows the former Secretary of State at 47% of the vote and Trump at 41%. According to the survey, Clinton got a 4-point bump after the DNC. Trump got a 2-point bounce after the RNC the week before. And just over 50 years ago at UT Austin, Charles Whitman went on a shooting rampage that took 17 lives.
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. Each name is now listed on a granite memorial on campus a half a century later. Now survivors are sharing their memories of that deadly day. Jason Wheeler has their story.
About a block. Another shot was just fired.
50 years ago,
all hell broke loose. A little over to our right.
Neil Spelce reported a story
in this last series of shots, generally in our direction, and now
the likes of which this country hadn't really seen.
Standing here in an alley.
It was an unreal situation. Unreal at the time, still is 50 years later.
A sniper's rampage from atop the UT tower that killed 13 people around campus, including Claire Wilson James' unborn baby boy, shot in the womb just a month before she was due.
And he had been kicking and very alive, and I just felt a kind of that he slid to the side.
She went on to forgive the shooter.
Oh yeah, I mean, God's forgiven me for everything I've done. How could I even hesitate?
After that awful day, the first SWAT teams started forming around the country because police in Austin didn't have the firepower to quickly take out a shooter on such a high perch.
That's when I decided to run.
It was up to former police officer Ramiro Martinez and a few other brave men to go up into the tower and confront and kill the far better armed sniper, Charles Whitman.
Thank the good Lord that I pulled the trigger before he did, or else I might not be here.
We'll hear much more from these living witnesses to what was, for a long time, the worst mass shooting in U.S. history.
And that was Jason Wheeler reporting for us this morning. You know, Lisa, you think about the bravery of those guys that went up there and confronted him. He knows he's already shot 32 people, killed 17. He's probably hoping he killed more. So you know when you're going up there to take on an armed gunman like that, it's you or him.
Yeah.
It's like a duel at that point.
Yeah, and just trying to get to him before he sees you.
Correct. And and if he's waiting for you and knows that you're coming and there's only one way in or one way out, it might have taken 4 or 5 of them to rush him, but a couple of them probably would have got shot.
Yeah.
But it worked out for the best as far as taking him down, but still one of the worst campus shooting. It's kind of the beginning of all these campus shootings, but it was the worst.
Yeah, just the bravery of those officers.
Yeah, and Whitman had killed his mom before he climbed the tower. He was having major problems there.
Yeah.
Really a mystery. They even said at his funeral, they go, we never had any problems from him before. We don't know what went wrong. Very strange.
Wow. All right, it is 6:08. Still ahead, we'll tell you about an Olympian to watch when the Olympics start this week.
Are you kidding me? I'll be watching them all, but I love these features we're doing every day, Lisa. These are great. Plus, coming up on the other side of the break, meteorologist Wes Houck's going to check our weather forecast. The sun just starting to peak up. Okay, I can't believe it's been 16 years, but here we go. 16 years ago today, Madonna premiered her video, Music. This one will make you dance. I already knew it. There goes Lisa. There she goes. As we go to break, she's shuffling. We're back right after this.